Okay, as you can see, I was about to reply to you in text, but I decided that there's too much here, so... Okay. So I decided to just upload a video instead, because there's too much bullshit here. And the screen is a little off, but oh well. This is only a response to you, so... Only pro-life speaks the truth, I would claim. And as I said here, you would claim. Nobody cares what pro-life would claim. And then the truth does not need to be defended. There is no guilt when the truth rules the situation. Well, how does the truth rule any situation? You didn't even tell me what truth there is. I asked you there before. In fact, I'll cancel this. Yeah. I asked you the whole truth about what, to which you did not provide the answer for, so... The truth about what rules the situation, and how does it? The truth that abortion is horrible? I can agree with that. But you know what the problem is? Pro-life isn't interested in solving problems. It's only interested in controlling women, or trying to. That's what they're after. That's what Roe v. Wade was for. Or that recent attempt to overrule that, whatever it is. Whatever Roe v. Wade would be categorized as. Okay, so you are opposed to women being forced. And that's a question. You are opposed to women be forced. Why are you in favor of them being forced? They are not forced. They are given the whole truth about the procedure. If you guys are trying to get your way politically and legally to force women through with their pregnancy, no matter what. You target unplanned pregnancies. That's what you're fucking doing. You're saying, oh, well, you were raped, you were a victim of incest, no matter, well, whatever the reason may be, those have been confirmed to be the two minimal reasons. There are other reasons. I've covered them in my book, but pro-life insists that the woman be forced to go through with that pregnancy. It's a form of consequence for you, which would suggest that premarital sex, unplanned pregnancy, is criminal. You don't want women, well, I don't know. They would only feel forced if they felt it was something that they were going to have. Okay, well, they are not forced. They are given the whole truth about the procedure. If the pro-life goal is to mandate, or is that what you're talking about, the truth of the procedure? Shouldn't that be optional? You said before that you want this to be mandatory, which would be force, correct? You want all these women discouraged from getting an abortion, when, as I said before, you wouldn't be going to these lengths to, well, if pro-life was actually concerned about, if the pro-life movement was actually interested in trying to minimize abortion, which I agree with is horrible, which makes me technically pro-life. I'm simply not authoritarian about it. I'm interested in communication, both psychologically and educationally. You guys are not. Why not? Is forcing the procedure or videos upon women getting an abortion a form of communication? Now you would probably say it is, but how is it? How is it a communication when it's not, never mind, I don't know. I think I may have cornered myself with that one. Well, yes, that would still be communication, but it's still force though too. I'm not interested in force. Only you guys are, because pro-life is authoritarian. Some would say, I would often say fascist. Because you're forcing it onto people. You're forcing your ideological position onto people. They would only feel forced if they felt it was something that they were going to have done that went against what they intrinsically believed in their heart. No, that's what you guys, this is self-projection. You guys intrinsically believe in your heart that abortion is murder. Or killing babies, or whatever you want to call it, killing children. Women don't want to get an abortion. They have to in some cases. But you insist that fetuses are victims. And you don't even care about the women. But if you really, again, if pro-life was about solving the problems and minimizing abortions, then it would be seeking to communicate with people on educational and psychological levels, not forcing the truth upon them. I know firsthand that carrying unplanned pregnancy can be very frightening. So shut up then. It was also the best thing that ever happened to me. So, okay, it was the best thing that ever happened to you, but it's the best thing that happens to every other woman? Really? That's fucking bullshit. This is projection right here. It was great for you, so therefore it's automatically great for everyone else. Fuck that. I know if I never stop abortions from being performed, but asking transparency to provide the good, the bad, and the ugly for such a pursuit. You guys want to do that? Like I say, communication. Hold lectures or something, I don't know. Organize on the internet. Start forums and such. Start websites with education and psychology, not this fucking authoritarian bullshit. Abortion is murder! Ah! You're not helping anything. That's wrong. Is it too much to ask if you do care so much about a woman's right to choose? Choose what? You're the one who insists on the mandate. That's not choice. That's not optional. I'm certain. Well, I'm not opposed to the procedure being laid out to the woman about to get an abortion or videos, as long as it's optional. The key word there is optional. You want it mandated. Now, looking back at your other shit here, anything that is alive, that is growing, can be a victim. Even if it is. You're arguing with somebody who also wants abortion minimized, but through sensible communication of education and psychology, something that you're not in favor of. You are in favor of forcing videos and surgical procedures to be explained. That is not sensible. That is not rational. That is not problem solving. You fucknut. Pro-life gives people the whole truth, not just the convenient truth. See, are you opposed to the woman's? No, I'm not. As long as it's optional. Okay, what is the victim? The pro-life claims fetuses are victims. It's a straw man. What is the victim? What? How is being pro-life controlling women? I just told you. Are you not controlling a woman's life or death? What? Half of the fetuses are female, are they not? What would that even... What? I remember looking at that the other day. Just confused by this fucking shit. Half of the fetuses are females. What if... What difference does it make how many of the fetuses are female? Is it not that men are controlling women? What? Irrelevant, invalid fucking questions here. Is it not men who created birth control so they could have access to intercourse? What? Is it not men who... How the fuck do I know who created birth control, you stupid ass? What does that fucking matter? Is that a bad thing? Birth control? So that they could have access to intercourse whenever they want it. What? What does birth control have to do with whenever some men want sex or intercourse? What? Ridiculous. Who bears the responsibility when that birth control fails? Well, why do you insist on responsibility? Responsibility for what? They took responsibility by taking that birth control. It's their fault that it failed? What are they supposed to do? You guys are anti-abortion. Abortion is murder. You're killing babies. It's a holocaust. That's all we get from you motherfuckers. I'm sorry, but abortion enslaves women. What? How does abortion enslave women? You guys are enslaving them. You can't have an abortion. Stop killing babies. Because we said so. Because God. That's all we're getting from you motherfuckers. Again. Now, I'll ask you this. A thought experiment here. Now, suppose all women and men were, properly educated and psychologically whatever, and unplanned pregnancies were a rarity, which would mean that, well, essentially that, there are a lot of generations that just aren't being born because most women are getting unplanned pregnant. Most pregnancies are unplanned, so therefore the pregnancies aren't happening because most of the ones that do are unplanned. Therefore, generational gaps, I guess. What would you do about that, Gerloyd? What would pro-life do about that? Would that anger you? Would you be angry that generations are not being born because men and women worldwide are better educated and, it's psychological, I guess? Psychologically stable? I think it's more of an educational problem, really. But, yeah, how would pro-life deal with that? Generations not being born because less pregnancy are unplanned because for that reason. I'm interested in your answer to that question. In regard to your comments above after rape care, do you give documentation that supports the claim that you suggest? What? In regard to your comments about rape care. What? Do you give documentation that supports the claim you suggest? What claim did I make again? Fuck, I have to look back even more. This is only the pro-life fascist perception of abortion. Yeah. You've conveniently ignored yeah, I remember that too. Where is it? Okay, what part did the innocent human being play in the rape? Invalid question. Nobody said the fetus is a victim. Okay, what part did the innocent... What? I have no idea what the fuck you're going on about here. What are you talking MAGA about? What does... Okay, go back to the first one here. Let's go all the way back. Because you're a fucking moron. Video too long for you? Well, that's your fucking problem. I'm too boring? Well, that's your fucking problem. I'm not here to entertain. I'm here to break you motherfuckers down. You don't like that? Well, then that's your problem. You're the one who wants to come here and spew your pro-life, fascistic, authoritarianism bullshit. Okay. That's from Roger. The Democrats. I mean, MAGA claims to be the superior party, but they call Democrats. What the fuck is that? That's real fucking mature. Coming from people who claim to be in favor of women's, or who claim to speak for the unborn. Brilliant, Gerloyd. Brilliant! Do not allow women to know the truth. At this point, you didn't even mention what that truth is. They do not allow women. What are you talking about here? You didn't even explain that. How are they denying women any kind of truth? Obviously, we've established that at this point that you're talking about the surgical procedure and videos about it, which I've already broken down. If women were required to see an ultrasound of the fetus, shown a video of, and told a positive, Okay, so you're saying that the Democrats disallow this, all of what you said here. Now, I don't know what to say about that. You really think that they would? Why are you against that being optional and not mandatory? This is done for many other. So what? It would stop the pimps from bringing innocent victims of human trafficking in. Why does that happen? See, that's the problem. You're not interested in why shit happens. You only care about the authority and consequences. Because it offends you. You bought into an ideology. Okay, now going forward here. It would stop the pimp. Okay, maybe if prostitution was legalized, pimps couldn't be. Yeah, you completely ignored that. Fuck you. First of all, Democrats, some of the you also ignored this part. You guys seem to forget that the Democrats are. Some of the Democrats agree with you guys in certain areas, which is, I often call them non-right wing, and that's why. If women were required to see an ultrasound, required, you said it right here. Again, I ask, are you opposed to all that shit being optional? So I guess everyone should be shown the same okay, so I bit the bullet with this one. I'll admit that. If pro-life really cared, it would put all of its efforts into both. Yeah, you completely ignored this one too. So again, fuck you. Okay, why are explanations to be okay, so will discouragement prevent rape, incest, or more common reasons for abortion? You didn't answer that question either. What's your fucking problem, Gerloyd? Have your head too far up your ass because of this pro-life ideology? Why do you pro-life people insist on authority? Or you didn't answer that question either. No, I want them to be informed. What if they don't want to be informed? What if they don't care? You want them to be informed for your sake? Because you're offended? If it is my body, my choice, shouldn't that woman know? The key thing here is my choice. You said it your fucking self. Instead of killing an innocent victim of rape or incest, it would not make more sense to punish them. You don't care about the rapist. or the incest person, guy, whatever. It appears they get off very easily. Yeah, because you guys are bent out of shape about abortion, not of that, of the crime. Well, you think abortion is the crime, not the rape or the incest. You don't care about women not consenting. You care about them getting an abortion. It appears they get off very easily. You just threw yourself in the corner on that one. The woman has to live up to the memory of the physical assault. Pro-life doesn't care about that, Gerloyd. And neither to you, by going by what you've said to me so far. You've evaded my questions. You're just all over the place here. I think I'll leave it at that. I think I've said enough.